Talk Radio / Too Raw for TV, man. Too raw, I'm too raw, I'm too raw for TV.
Okay. If you hear my voice, then you're part of the revolution. Welcome to the new world. I'm your host, the Ratchet Revolutionary Palmetto Star, but you can call me Prophet. Hit me up on Twitter at 2 Raw for TV Radio. That's the number 2. RAW, the number 4, TV Radio. There's so much happening right now. So much that a lot could be missed. Well, tonight, we're going to show you what you've been missing. Tonight, we have Courtney Doss and Buzz Doss of P4R.today. That's Plantations for Reparations. Woo! Yes, we're talking about that. We're talking about all of that. It's a powerful day. It's the 21st of August. That means it's the Day of the Dragon. And we're going to see some revolutionary videos that YouTube has banned. You got to check it out on 2rawfortv.tv. Get a free subscription and see the whole uncensored, uncut version of 2 Raw for TV. So we're here with Courtney Doss and Buzz Doss of P4R today. And we're going to react to the most raw, real, and revolutionary videos on the net. All that, plus one of our lucky callers at 470-572-7678 will receive a special prize. It's that, all that, and so much more on 2rawfortv.tv. We're live on Instagram right now, so we're only going to be live under 15 minutes. And you're not going to be able to see the videos on Instagram. You're not going to be able to see them. But I'm going to introduce it. We're going to talk about what's happening right now. We got Buzz Doss and Courtney Doss. They're here with us. Plantations for Reparations. Now that is that's a dangerous name.
It is.
Plantations for Reparations.
That's those that like danger.
Yeah.
It can be.
That's a declaration.
It is.
Plantation for Reparations. So what inspired that? What inspired the whole Plantation for Reparations?
Wow. So we want to give a big shout out, first of all, to Vince Carter, not the NBA legend, though we do appreciate the NBA legend. I went to high school with the NBA legend. But Vince Carter was our financial advisor at the time, and he suggested that we set up an LLC in order to purchase a plantation that we were seeking in Oglethorpe in Athens, Georgia, or near Athens, Georgia, and about an hour from here. And so we said, well, we're just going to go with Plantation for Reparations, because that's what we were calling the movement. That was, and the P4R.today was already the website, but we had not constructed an LLC to do this type of purchase. So, that was where that concept came from. So I always want to give credit where credit is due and give people their flowers. But the Plantations for Reparations concept, the Plantations for Reparations movement, was honestly God-given. It was a God-given download, as we say. And I said, there is any place, because if anybody knows anything about Courtney Omega, because I'm from Miami, y'all, so you gotta put that Omega. Well, I've held council seat in Miami. I'm not from Miami, but 305, y'all already know. But I don't believe that paying rent is our portion. And so I said, there's any place that we should not ever have to go in and pay rent. It should be plantations. And I said, as a matter of fact, I'll take a plantations for my reparations. I'll take that, I know some other people say they'll take it in blood. But I said, I'll take me some plantation. I'll take me a plantation. And so that was where that concept literally came from. When I was on the seat as a council member in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida, housing was my platform. And creating living spaces and activating historical spaces was a passion of mine. So I said, my mom always said, if you can do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And baby, I like to sleep. I like my rest. I like my restoration. But I also like to do things that I'm passionate about. I don't like to just go on a typical 9 to 5. So I said, I'm going to make that my life work. I'm going to have plantation preparations, and I'm going to be able to activate these type of spaces with, wonderful food, good times, and an awesome village to share it with. So, here we are.
I mean, when you talk about plantation for reparations, it just makes sense. These places that are making millions of dollars on wedding.
Tax free, by the way.
Well, tax free.
Yeah, tax free.
Hollywood celebrities, these racist people that these small hats put on a pedestal, have now made millions of dollars for these people every single day. They have these weddings, they have these functions, all at plantations, all off the blood of your ancestors, all off the exploitation of prisoners of war. It should be common sense that these places are now designated for Black people. Buzz, what's your thoughts on that?
On plantation reparations?
Yeah.
I'll take the plantation and I'll take a lot more.
Amen. Yeah.
We can start with the plantations.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. That's a good starting point. Land and plantation, like that's y'all still making money off that. Just extreme exploitation. And that was brought up at any sort of court where there's reasonable people there. They'll be like, okay, you obviously you guys get these plantations. Obviously, it's obvious. It's obvious.
And this is what I love, because that debunks when people say, "Oh well, we didn't own slaves, but you still own plantations."
Right. They're managing plantations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 70% of these people work with the police. They are the police. 70%.
Yeah.
That's a big margin. Either work or associated with law enforcement because they are protecting stolen goods.
Come on.
These plantations that are sitting and soaked in the blood of our ancestors. And we can't say they are architect built and get called homes because of Black people.
That's it. That's it.
And that's not the first line of reparations. That's not the first line of reparations. What do you guys think? Call in 470-572-7678. We're going in tonight.
Let me give y'all some numbers on this. I ran across something actually like 2 days ago about what you just said. Well, we didn't own slaves.
Yeah.
So it's only 2% of the population actually own slaves.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So let's see. It was, I think, maybe slaves at the time. Well, and each slave was worth about $1,000. So when you add that up from 1860 to now, with all them slaves, the slave industry was worth $4 billion today.
Correct.
Where did that money go?
Correct.
So you say you didn't own slaves, but trust and believe you benefited from the slaves. And it goes a lot deeper than just so my family didn't own slaves, so we didn't have any of that generational wealth. But what that generational wealth did was open up those colleges.
Right.
Built those colleges.
Where your kids went to school.
Right there, down there now,
where they
work. Where they use slave labor. When slavery ended, they used the convicts to build that school.
Right.
So that school your family didn't own those slaves that built it.
But you still benefited.
From the work. Still benefited.
And here's another thing too. Yeah. These people, these Irish and Italians that joined the U.S. military, when they got out, they gave white veterans only all of this land. All of this land. You know what I'm saying? So that so it's not just I didn't own slaves, but you came here and benefited of the exploitation of prisoners of war. You came here and benefited of the exploitation of prisoners of war. You submitted to this thing called white because let's get real, prior to chattel slavery, you guys were calling each other Huns and Celts and Slavs and all of these other things, all of these other Eurocentric tribal definitions. But because of chattel slavery, slave owners designated themselves as white and brought everybody into this sort of caste system.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to get off of this Instagram. We're going to get off the Facebook. We're going to get off the Twitter. We're going to get off TikTok. We're going to get off all of these social media platforms. We're going to play the videos that we're going to react to. You're not going to be able to see the videos on Instagram because some of them got banned on the social media. So we're playing banned data. So you guys tune in to TwoRoverTV.tv, get a free subscription. Check out Courtney Omega Doss and Buzz Doss. Oh, one more thing too. Hey, we're here and we're proud sponsors by My Emerald Bee. You guys check that out. They have the honey with and without the comb. You won't find this at Kroger. It helps you with your thought process. Honey is the only food that will never go bad. The mummies in ancient Kemet had honey in their tombs. That's still good. And also, it has so many other great benefits. Also, we had the forbidden honey. I'm not supposed to show you guys this, but this is forbidden honey.
It's forbidden.
Forbidden black honey. So you already know it's forbidden. And that is good for pre-workout and it's an awesome aphrodisiac. So you guys hit me up. Check out myemeraldbee.com. But you won't see this on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok.